Can we come now, Dean, to the work you commissioned in 1965 for the Southern Cathedrals Festival?
That is what came to be known as the Chichester Psalms.
The Dean of Chichester Cathedral, Walter Hussey, was a patron of the arts. West Side Story premiered in the UK.
I like to be in America, okay by me in America.
And it was suggested that he approach Bernstein to see if he would commission a piece of work for Chichester.
Leonard Bernstein was one of the great musical figures of the 20th century, so this was something really to look forward to.
Well, this was a very curious commission. I decided that I would do a setting of 3 psalms in the original Hebrew, also featuring a boy soloist.
Today, Will and Jago are rehearsing the piece for this Saturday's concert. In 1965, 13-year-old David Gibson was the boy soloist at the original performance. More than half a century later, we've brought him back to the cathedral.
And it just brings back so many memories so vividly. We used to play sport in these very cloisters when smashing the windows with kicking footballs at them is extraordinary. Just enjoy it. That's all you can do, is just take a big, deep breath and really enjoy it, because it's a lovely piece to sing. It really is. And you'll remember it forever.
I'm so grateful that I got this solo to sing. This is a great honour.
But that solo is just a small part of a work that presents a range of challenges.
This music comes more from the tradition of musical theatre than from church music, and a lot of that music is very fast and very driven with lots of sort of compelling motifs.
I was a bit smaller when I last sat in here.
But the original choristers had a particular concern.
I don't think anyone in the choir spoke or knew or could read Hebrew. So the first thing was shock, because we hadn't got a lot of time to do it in.
So on the 31st of July 1965, there was an understandable tension at that premiere performance, especially with the composer in attendance.
We could see him, behind the conductor, sitting there in about the 5th row.
Wearing a gabardine mac with the collar turned up, so he looked completely different from everybody else in the entire building. He had class, he had style, and he looked a very romantic figure.
Fortunately, all went well.
He was just very, very complimentary. He said he thought I'd sung it really well and was just delightful.
It was, a major event, both within Chichester and I would suggest nationally as well and internationally to have this at the cathedral.
And of course, Chichester Psalms has gone on to become one of the most popular pieces of classical music of the 20th century.
It has, and these are all the recordings.
Bernstein himself conducted the Chichester Psalms several times before his death in 1990. This weekend, the choirs of Chichester, Salisbury and Winchester come together again where it all started, for a sold-out performance with the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra. It marks the centenary of Bernstein's birth and the year Broadway came to Sussex. David Allard, BBC South Today, Chichester.